Hey everyone, this is Wise Exotics. Sorry about the noise, we got some fans and one of the birds is playing in a nest. So, just kind of a mid-July update on the at least internal tank for my lowland setup. This is actually the replacement for my Ampulara cross Rafflesia, I believe. That was from Red Barn Carnivores. The one they sent me was dead on arrival as a stick. Would not grow, wouldn't do anything. This one, they were really nice. Actually sent me, had a pre-growth node. It's already shed it's already got its first leaf out. Shed and popped out a new growth tip, which is really big. I used Clone-X on it, stuck it in sphagnum moss, keep it wet. Now if you notice in there, that is actually my new Rafflesia White Cross Fukaska, if I'm saying that right. The benefit of this, it's actually got a reddish inner lid tip down to red flecks, which I just think is kind of a neat little thing. It came with the red spots, which is actually a sign that it was overwatered. My green spotted Ampulara lost a leaf. It's not doing very well. I'm not sure what's going on with it. A bunch of them started losing their pictures. I'm pretty sure due to the heat. I'm not sure what's happening with the green Ampulara spotted there. But all the other ones have been growing really well. You can see I've got a new picture. Actually, that one just popped today, of all things. Yeah, so there's just a bunch in there. Say hi, Rex. He doesn't do much. So, inside here, this is some of the bigger ones I have. This is Queen Melina. It actually has one of my biggest pictures. As you can see, it's growing under a water bowl for some reason. Tip popped off a while ago, but it's got a brand new one coming in right there, so I'm really excited to see how it'll grow. I'm going to put this lid down and hopefully not TKO myself doing that. Okay, so here is my Black Miracle. It initially had a very bad problem with mold when I got it, but it popped off this really damaged leaf, and now it's got a nice healthy growth tip. It's coming back. This is an interesting one. This is Ampulara cross Specialata, I believe. I'm trying not to drop it. Specialata was correct. So it's got one picture there and one picture there. Did just get a picture on this one. This is Binky. Nepenthes Binky. It's a common, easy to grow one. This one actually has popped its first picture for me, and this is my if I can get in here. Battle the plants to get in. Telegenesis Sibulianensis. That's a weird one. Does have a vine right there. So now I'll bring you guys out to the greenhouse, and I mainly put these in here to give the bearded dragon. He actually likes water a lot, so he's actually got his own little water reservoir he plays with. And then the green plants, he seems to like them, and it gives him some fresh air, so why not? So welcome back to the greenhouse. That's outside. I have redone everything. So the old greenhouse down this side actually split a tear in the zippers, so I could not zip no matter what. I tried replacing the zipper. So this new unit is entirely made of steel. Very well built. It's from Eagle Peak. I actually have this hanging from the rafter, which they say don't get anything hot near this. I've actually been able, even while this is on, to touch this barehanded. It barely gets hot. I actually am really impressed by the Sandseed light. It's done really well. My plants are growing like crazy. Okay, so first off, let's talk the bad and the good. So we're going to talk the bad. I'm pretty sure I'm losing my Diabolica. So it was doing really great. I've had it for about a month. Then these lower leaves down here turned black. Then the central growth tip, which it had shed two, I had two new leaves. I was really proud of it. Turned black in the center, and then the other one killed off, and it's slowly been doing this browning die out. I'm not quite sure if that's root rot. I've tried mildew spray on the roots just in case. I was really worried to mess with it, but it's kind of dying, so I thought it was worth the try. So, that's $250 burnt up right there. It's faster to set your money on fire. So much easier. Second, seems that we did lose my little Raja seedling. I'm just going to state this now as a concept. Between both of these, I'm really hopeful this will pull through, but I'm very doubtful, given that the growth tip is black going down. So, from what I've noticed, and I've grown small, big, you can even see, I have tiny ones, so some of the Rajas and the Diabolicas and Macrophilia Edwardison, Velosa, etc., those are all ultra highland. And I've been keeping this humidity in here usually around 80, but now with the new greenhouse, it's 71. That's partially due to these window vents, which supposedly are sealed but aren't. I'm going to duct tape this down to here, so at least I have an intake and an output slightly. I don't need much. Temperature ranges in here are usually 85 down to 77, 76. And then my nights are 60, 50. So I get the temperature drop that's required. I'm not really sure why, of all things, this is having problems. Okay, so let's get with the good. Back on track. This is my cephalotus. As you can see, I bought it from Curious Plants. It was the size of that little cluster. It is doing phenomenal. I've got non-carnivorous leaves, which I could probably even turn into more cephalotus cuttings, but I just want this thing to get big and crazy. I really like my cephalotus. Okay, so the Hamada. Let's talk Hamada. Opened its first new pitcher with me. Beautiful teeth. As you can see, this one got burnt on the 105 day. So this Hamada has handled up to like 105, 109. It had a little wear and tear, but as you can see, it's coming back really strong. The new pitcher is doing well. I even have another one coming there and another one. So this thing's very virile. I'm trying to remember. There's a lot of vitality. Let's just leave it at that. So this is AW Clone 1. This, I believe, is a male. Now over here, this is an unknown plant. I buy a lot of them because if they're unknown, they're usually cheap. Specifically, this one is either an Alata or Ventrata. Now, my Ventrata over here from the same person is going nuts. Look at this thing. It's just giant pictures. This thing is the best catcher. I mean, I've looked in this every day and there's dead bugs. I'm just amazed how well, A, the bugs get in here, and B, they're able to do it. Okay, so this is actually from Josh's carnivorous plants. Nice guy, really nice. I wanted a peltata, and I was actually just browsing and noticed he had a cutting of it, so I went and bought it. It doesn't have any pictures yet, sadly, but I really like this variant because when the leaves, as you can see, like on the new growth here, darker bright green, these are scarlet red with a picture that looks the same as this, but the rim is a very bright yellow. So, there we go. I put in the Diabolica, whatnot. I'm very sad because I almost bought a Diabolica that was the same size as this for $300, $50 more than that. So I'm kicking myself for not going that route. You live and learn. I'm pretty much just going to hold off on buying a Diabolica for a while. I might try to buy a new setup here that's a tiered stack that goes step, 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 and then has a wall rack for hanging. So I could try to tie off some of these vines. As you can see, I've already got a viner really going. I bought this, it was down here, and it's going. I believe this is the viney sage because its sibling is right here. These are both from seed. These are both Belly Eye Aristos. This is the newest pitcher. They're not a big plant. I don't think they get huge, but overall, it's very vigorous. So it's my first viner. I'm happy with it. Right here is Raja Ima, as you know. That's why I said I've grew this from small and it's been doing really good. And it's had its ups and downs with water after I bought it because it was like half this size. But the three newest leaves, which are from me this year, 1, 2, 3, yeah, have been getting better and better. This one got damaged, and I'm not really sure why. It never had a growth tip at all that had like a vine. Same thing with that one. I'm not quite sure. This one does have a embryo on it, so I'm really excited to see that. Let's see. Now, this is the closest I'm probably going to get to a Diabolica, knowing my luck. This is a Diabolica cross Singulana. For the most part, it's beautiful. When I had pictures of it, when I got it from Carnivoro, this is my first picture that's opening. It's very slow to grow. I mean, even this one, which is a Diabolica cross Aristo, there's another one. I love the coloring on the Aristo, and if you bring them to the light, this one's scarlet red, which I think is pretty. Whereas this one, as you can see, is like orange mixed with red, and then the teeth turn black red. It's with like a metallic sheen. I think they called it Metallica when I bought it. Whereas this one is a Hamada X Aristo, which, as you can tell from Hamada, they're very papery. Where if I touch the belly, they're thick. You know? My Spectabilis, it's Vicii, as you can see. Long-lasting picture. I've had that picture since I got the plant, so that was the beginning of the year. So this is at least a 6-month-old picture with no traces of rot. Very beautiful. It's actually what attracted me to the plant. I love this fuzziness. That's my newest embryo growing there. The other ones are going down the back. I can only do. Now, this one also is a unknown. But given the shape, and now I've further educated myself, I believe it's a truncata cross, but I'm not quite sure with what. It has to grow a little more for me to learn, as this is another truncata. By the way, this is a 4-leaf truncata within 4 months. So I got it had 2 leaves, and I already had to trim one off. So 1, 2, 3, 4 coming in, and probably a 5th one in that. So this is like the fastest growing truncata I've ever seen. And this is another one that's crossed with the parent plant of this truncata, is with that one. Okay, sorry about that. There was a plane coming over. This is my Smiley X Maxima. Beautiful picture I've had. And nice picture jump coming in. The first one was about that size, so I'm really happy it's coming back. It had got burnt during the heat a bit. Let's see. I'm pretty much going to do cuttings of this one now. I did talk to the person who sold me this. Very nice, Talar. Very nice person. Given the coloring and situation, we have arrived that this is specifically Clipiata cross Bongso, and it was supposed to be a Jacqueline, but due to another male was following at the time, an accidental cross was done. But I want to say its vitality is crazy. Look at it. It's got 4 basals basically, main plant and 3 minor. I'm probably going to turn these into cuttings. I want them to grow a little more, but I'm pretty sure of it. It's like this one, main plant. Well, I've got 3 other basals, so I'm doing pretty good on some of these that are doing really great. Anybody has curiosity about a specific plant, let me know. Let's see. So this is my female Hamada. It is an AW clone number 2, which was confirmed to be female. Why it's in a bag? Because I'm paranoid and I don't trust it yet. So leaves started yellowing here, but I do have a new growth tip and a new leaf coming in. I'm just, paranoid, keeping it under wrap with a similar clone over there. Okay. So this is actually my newest plant. This came in last night. I want to give it a little air out anyway. So this specifically is a plant that won the world record for most expensive Nepenthes ever sold, supposedly. It is a Peltata cross Raja. This is specifically the BE5410, which was done with their choice version of that, with a Raja that was from a nursery in where the heck it's from. Sorry, I'm not really sure what it is, but I love the inner coloring. It's got this like chalky bluey black, which is similar to Singulana, but it's got all the colorings of the Raja, the Peltata shape. I hope it fans out and gets a Raja look, but it is a monstrous plant, and this isn't that old, so go for that. Okay, so under the humidity dome you can see my Macrophilia. It is actually doing very well. It's got 1 new leaf, beautiful coloring. It is a seed-grown macrophylla, so it's not a clone, which is the big benefit of variants and whatnot. Now down here is a Clypeata, pure Clypeata seed-grown. So, yeah, that was from 21. So that was last year. It was one. Grew very well. Clypeata seem to always get really good size. Down there, this is the, because I can never say the name because it's a huge, arena. This one was actually shipped to me from Hawaii, of all places. It's a beautiful little plant. They have red pitchers with a white ring that attracts termites. So let's go with that. Now the thing that bothers me is this macrophylla here. It's in the same level as the Raja, the Diabolica, even the Hamada to a degree, and I don't know what's going on with the Raja and the Diabolica, especially Raja. I've lost two. I think they're too small, so about this size is about as big as I'm going to get. I also have a Raja crossed Wartsiana that is about the same size as that, I believe, coming in. It is a clone from Flora Collaborative. Very beautiful plant. It almost looks like Diabolica, but just pure red all the way up. So it's almost like someone took Velosa, stained it red with Edwardison the entire way up, and gave it a bit of the Raja pitcher shape. So it's almost like a cross between, well, it is a cross between Edwardisiana and Raja, which there are natural Raja and Velosa. My Velosa should be here in August, I believe, from a pre-order. So that's the greenhouse so far. As you can see, the misting system just turned on right as I backed away, so good on me. So basically, this fan generates a spiral that takes the air and just keeps drifting it around. So, thanks for watching. Wise Exotics out.